Hello and welcome everyone to CDU's magazine series of one-on-one interviews with CDUs, data leaders, and key influencers. I'm your host, Robert Lutton, Vice President, Sandhill Consultants, and I'm coming to you today from Toronto, Canada, working with the CDU magazine. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing Robin Sutara, who is the Field Chief Data Strategy Officer at Databricks. Welcome, Robin.
Thank you, Robert. So lovely to be here.
It is always our pleasure. Are there any examples that you can share of how to unlock the power for business users in addition to the data personas that you have within the platform?
Yeah, I think we've always sort of focused data democratization primarily up to this point on our data personas, right? Can
Right.
we make sure that our data scientists and our data analysts can get insight to the same data? I think lots of us I was a CDO before I joined
Right.
Databricks, and right, I mean, definitely living through that pain of, getting the business to agree across the different domains on what was revenue or what was a
Right.
customer
A
or
simple
what
thing
was an
like that.
employee,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we've all lived that pain. And so when you really think about democratization, it has been about creating that single source of truth, and how do you do that? And I think for us, it's taking it what AI has unlocked, what ChatGPT, right? I mean, if we're
Right.
being fully transparent, has sort of unlocked is, okay, now we have this whole other set of personas that we have to democratize and unlock access to data. And so how do we make sure that they are using what we have defined as our single source of truth, but they're
Right.
not going to necessarily know SQL or Python or any of those things. And I know for a long time, Databricks has always been viewed as a very technical platform. And so what we've really tried to think about is not every democratized user across an organization is going to have those same skills or those same, education to be able to leverage those. And so, how do we use natural language now because it's become so accessible and so easy in a way? And so, how we've thought about this is really what we talk about as AI BI or Genie, which is essentially in that same notebook, so that you know that you're using that same that same single source of data truth that you've created for your data scientists and your data engineers is now exposed to your business users in a format in which they can interact with that data. And for most, it is natural language. It's whatever sort of they have the value of. I think I love to use the example of SEGA, who's one of our customers. Public use case, it's really phenomenal. They are actually using AI, BI, and Genie rooms to allow their various departments to get access to their gaming data in plain language so that their
Right.
product managers can create the next level of game, or can, sort of respond to how the gamers are interacting with the games and the ecosystems and the communities, etc. They can get all the insights to the data via natural language so that they can respond to that in real time. And so today they're delivering more than 1 million personalized gaming experiences for their consumers as a result of their product managers being able to get that insight without having to depend on submitting a request to IT to wait for the data engineers or the data scientists to come back with the results and the insights. So it's just
And
phenomenal what we're seeing customers do.
that AI, the generative AI natural language ability within the platform is an amazing ability because it really does open up the platform with your centralized data, with your unified, data catalog, the Unity catalog, as you call it. It really allows the consumers of the data to really enrich what they're trying to do day in and day out. Um,
I think what we're so excited about it, Robert, there is that that natural language interface in the
yes,
data intelligence platform, what we're super excited about is because we're using AI in the platform, all of those interactions are making the platform smarter as well, right? And so
right,
what we're able to do now is you can take not just SQL queries that are being run, right? We can now take natural language queries that are happening against the platform to actually start to build out things like business semantic models, things that have required a lot of manual work on the part
right.
of data teams to be able to create. How do we use AI in the platform? And that's the power of data intelligence, right? And it's not just you creating AI on top of it, but it's AI being used in the platform to make it so much smarter and so much more efficient. How do we help you make your SQL queries more efficient based on the types of queries that are coming in and the business users queries that are coming in, which obviously are getting translated into SQL. And so now we can start to put all of those things together to make it more efficient, to help you do the infrastructure scaling up and scaling down, to help make cost efficiencies, to make sure that we're helping you prioritize based on persona. Do you want your CEO's queries, natural language queries, to be run before, right? Someone on a shop floor that's just trying to get insight that could wait, based on the results that have come back for others. So I think where I really see the value of that is over time, people's organizations' platforms will become so smart about how they use it, the data that they're trying to access, what is the quality data, because the organization has said, yes, this is the source I use for truth of what is revenue for our organization, so that we get rid of some of this garbage in and garbage out that we've had
Some of the
problems with,
fundamentals,
right, over
yeah.
so long.
As you talk about it, you're really helping the organization address its fundamental issues, and then being able to leverage with your data intelligence platform the natural understanding of their business for better outcomes, better business outcomes.
Yeah.
If I can, there may have been, and you've touched upon it a little bit, but as we look at the evolution of Databricks over these past 11 years, and obviously there's been a lot of new insights. You talked about, how to start from Spark to the Lake House, now to the data intelligence platform. I wonder if you might be able to sort of give us a kind of direction of where you think Databricks is evolving to in order to meet those customers. I'm sure AI is part of that, but I'm wondering if you can share where you think it's also going, especially with your close proximity to the large software companies out there, like you mentioned, SAP and other organizations.
Yeah, Databricks has been the most phenomenal company to work for, I think, in that they are constantly disrupting themselves. I can't tell you how many times, just in the 2.5 years I've been with the company, where I have seen the organization innovate at a pace that I have never seen before at other tech companies, right? And so to have a CEO that gives that culture for the
Right,
organization to sort of say, hey, we created Databricks 11 years ago, but if we were to do it again, what would we do differently based on the
right.
technology that evolves today? I think one of the statistics I love the most is that for every dollar of revenue that we create, that 33% of that goes back into R&D, which is a phenomenal ratio if
It
you think
is. It
about it,
is.
right? And
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
being
yeah.
able to deliver against that. And I think that's where we came up with the data intelligence platform was right, the company looking at it to say, hey, now that we have things like Mosaic that we've done an acquisition of, and we have things like ChatGPT and large language models and compound AI agentic systems, like what would we do differently inside Databricks if we were rewriting the platform today? And to be able to move at sort of that pace and have the support of the CEO and the leadership, all of the founders, or most of the founders, are still here at the company, and so they're all very supportive of that disruption and innovation. And those big bets to date have paid off. Like you said,
Yeah.
there are lots of organizations today that are able to take advantage of that. And I think the other thing is, I've seen very few companies that I love the motto at Databricks, in that it is our mission as an organization is to solve the world's toughest data problems. And I don't think I have ever worked with so much talent that is so phenomenally brilliant, that is completely committed to helping customers solve the most complex data problems in the world. And so they all sort of gravitate around it. I continue to see, our company continues to grow, and I continue to see sort of these brilliant minds coming into the company because they are so committed and focused on solving that. And I think that's what's going to help us as a platform continue to evolve, is that customer feedback, the complex data problems that they are trying to solve for. Those are the things that help us think about what is the next evolution of the platform, what is the next world altering sort of data problem that we can
It's
help.
coming. It's coming. It's just around the corner. And I love the fact
Exactly.
that you guys are in the forefront of leading and solving complex data queries for your clients. Appreciate your time today.
No, thank you so much, Robert. Super exciting to share some of the phenomenal innovation I think that we're doing, but also some of the great innovation that our customers are leveraging our platform with. So thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you.
You're welcome. And for our listeners, please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Thank you.